What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Chef Philbin. Today, you're gonna learn how to cook this awesome dish. We're gonna be doing a mint pea risotto with, of course, a beautiful pan-seared salmon. We're gonna make this pan nice and warm. We wanna toast all of the rice with a little bit of the butter. Cold knob of butter into our pan, and we're gonna just let that work its way all the way around to create a nice surface area that's smooth, that's silky. Once it really creates that base and we're really buttered and cooked down, our rice is gonna go straight into that pan. What you're really wanting to do of this is toast it, bring out some of the caramelization factor properties of this. That pan is hot, and that's what you want. That butter's well incorporated into that rice is where it's going to be. Our peas are working, they're good to go. Our broth right here is really coming up to a nice little bit of a simmer, which is exactly what you want. Ladle by ladle, we're going to be adding all of that flavor into our risotto. And we're gonna take a nice sharp knife and we're just going to get some nice dices into our base here. We're gonna throw that into that pan with all that rice, so that way then it actually cooks with it, and we start to really infuse more flavor. You wanna use the bulb of the fennel. That's where it's gonna be really all that flavor, but we're also gonna keep these. This is gonna make for a really nice presentation when the whole plate is done. Right when it starts to really show some color and get a little toasty with that nice little bit of a goldenness that we want, we're gonna actually add some white wine. And we're going to let that white wine really absorb into that flavor of that rice. So we're gonna add just a little bit of some salt, a little bit of some pepper, and just stir it in. And if we time it just right, our peas will be ready, our rice will be ready, and all that stock is gonna go straight in. One ladle at a time, you add medium-high heat and stir. And this process is a lot of love, it's a lot of care, it's a lot of monitoring. You're constantly stirring, you're making sure that it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. And ladle by ladle, one at a time, we're going to let that come alive in this dish. Keep stirring at all times. Our peas are done. Our peas are gonna go into that blender. Ladle into that pan and stir. And we're just gonna take the leaves of the mint, the peas, into the pan. A little bit of butter. You want about 2 tablespoons worth in. A little bit of truffle oil, and a real secret ingredient to this, fresh lemon zest. A little lemon juice in. That is going to be folded into this risotto, and we're going to keep stirring and adding a lot of love, letting all those starches come out of it. The real star of this dish, some might argue, is the risotto. It's the salmon. I'm keeping that skin on because I'm going to get a nice sear off of it. And the way in which I'm going to do that is take a very sharp paring knife, and we're going to just make nice little incisions across the flesh of the salmon. You season a fish right before you hit the cooking surface. A little bit of olive oil into the pan that's already been warmed. We're also going to add a little bit of butter. The butter and the olive oil is going to form a nice base to really infuse flavor into that crispy skin. And you score the fish and start skin side down because you want all of that flavor to be infused. A little bit more broth going in. And we're gonna monitor our skin We want it to be nice and crispy. The real cook is actually gonna come on the flip. We're going to just fold in a little bit at a time our truffle mint pea puree. We're also going to add Parmesan cheese. The Parmesan cheese is going to bind it all together. It's also going to bring out a nice nuttiness. Our salmon is cooked. It's ready. We're going to let this rest. The risotto is ready. We can actually bring back that ladle. Already got a little bit of liquid, so it'll make it nicely easy to stick and have portion control. Into the center of the plate. Lovely salmon. That fits right on the top. And the fennel. And we're just gonna kind of top and let that really kind of just come alive. And of course, a little vibrancy. A little bit of some fresh lemon zest. And that is how you make my mint pea risotto pan-seared salmon.